I noticed it on a Tuesday, nothing dramatic. I was brushing my teeth, half asleep, when I caught my reflection smiling. I wasn't smiling. I blinked, and it matched me again. I told myself it was the light. Old bathroom bulb flickering slightly, eyes playing tricks before coffee. I spit, rinsed, walked away. But I stood in the doorway for a moment before I left. The next morning I checked again, deliberately this time. My reflection looked back at me, normal, exact. But the mug on the shelf behind me, the blue one I keep near the sink, it wasn't blue. In the mirror it was red. Not tinted, not shadowed, fully, clearly red. I turned and looked at the real mug, still blue. I picked it up, turned it in my hand, set it back down. In the mirror, it stayed red. I left for work without looking again. I told myself there was an explanation. There's always an explanation. Lighting, angle, reflection from something outside the frame. That made more sense than anything else. I held on to that. By Thursday, I was checking 4 or 5 times a day. The mug thing had resolved itself, or seemed to. But now there was something else. My reflection's posture was slightly different. Shoulders a little lower. Head tilted just barely to the right, like it was listening to something. I rolled my shoulders back. The reflection rolled its shoulders back too, but a half second late. Not always the same delay, not consistent. I stood there for a long time testing it, moving my hand, tilting my head. Each time it followed, but never quite in sync. I covered the mirror with a towel that night. I uncovered it Saturday morning because I needed to shave, and I was being ridiculous. My reflection was already looking at me when I pulled the towel down. Not reacting quickly, not catching up. Already facing me before I had fully turned to face it myself. Like it had been waiting. I finished shaving without looking up. I started using my phone camera instead of mirrors. Front-facing just to check my face before meetings. That worked for a few days. Then I noticed the camera was doing it too, which didn't make sense. It wasn't a reflection anymore. Just a version of me that looked slightly more tired than I felt. A version that wasn't quite blinking when I blinked. I switched to the rear camera, angled it, used that instead. Stopped looking at my own face entirely. I avoided the bathroom mirror for 11 days. On the 12th, I walked past it in the dark and caught a glimpse in my peripheral vision. My reflection was standing still. I had been walking. I stopped. Turned slowly. Faced the mirror. We looked at each other. Then it raised its hand. I hadn't moved. I left the apartment and sat in my car for 2 hours. When I came back, I took the mirror off the wall and put it face down in the closet. Here's what I can't explain away. I was at the grocery store yesterday. Self-checkout. The security monitor, that small grainy screen that shows a live feed of the aisle. I glanced at it as I walked past. My reflection on that screen was not looking at the register. It was looking directly into the camera. At me. I've stopped trying to rationalize it. That part of my brain has gone quiet. The part that reaches for explanations has simply stopped reaching. I think the version of me in the mirror has been somewhere I haven't been yet. Somewhere I'm going. Last night I stood in my dark kitchen. I could see myself in the black window above the sink. Same face, same eyes, same expression. But it was breathing. And then I realized I had been holding my breath. I don't think it's a reflection anymore. I think it's waiting for me to match it.